Trump's brazen D.C. power grab feels personal, because it is. Tell us more.
Well, look, I think that Donald Trump is deploying a very familiar playbook that has been used in the past, and he's just updating it, for cable news and social media. He's painting a distorted picture of urban chaos, questioning the competency of local Black leadership, and then he's pushing for federal intervention that strips away local control. I believe that Donald Trump is using the issue of juvenile crime in the District of Columbia. And I will just note, for the last 10 years that Mayor Bowser has been mayor, crime is constantly cited as the #1 issue when residents are polled. And so I have definitely not suggested that no one cares about crime. It's personal for me. I'm literally talking to you from my home in Washington, D.C. But the issue is that Trump is using this as a pretext, specifically the instances of juvenile crime, as a pretext for his authoritarian overreach. And because of the law in Washington, D.C., the fact that there is federal control over the District of Columbia in some regard, it makes it easier for him to do. But to be very clear, I think that the president has been very consistent. And when he says that next is Chicago, New York, LA, Oakland, again, all cities with Black mayors in states that have Democratic governors, I would know.
No, Oakland had an Asian mayor that just literally got ousted. Y'all got to start fact checking these people, because crime is rampant, homelessness is rampant, and the police can't do anything because their hands are tied, and the justice system over in California allows for criminals to continue to get out and roam free even when the police do their job. And they actually have a problem with a lack of funding for police and city services over in Oakland. How do I know this? Because I've covered it extensively, and the actual mayor is under indictment. What are we talking about, y'all? What are y'all listening to the same things that I'm listening to? Are y'all paying attention? Are y'all in the cities? She's saying that it's a crime problem, that when polled, Black people specifically, even though they continue to ignorantly vote for the same mayors over and over again, Black people consistently says that crime is the #1 thing that they are concerned about over in Washington, D.C. Trump comes in and says, all right, well, listen, enough is enough. We gave y'all an opportunity to be able to fix it. This is the nation's capital. People should be able to come and visit the nation's capital, because I visited it. And the first time that I visited Washington, D.C. and went to the White House, and I went multiple different times, a block away is Tent City. It's crime everywhere. People are crazy. And so now we have a fudging of the numbers. People are misrepresenting how they're reporting crime. They're underreporting. They're down 800 police officers in Washington, D.C. alone. Chicago, 2,000. Los Angeles, over 1,000. The budgets is busted. They can't recruit any more police officers. Overtime is out of control. And so why wouldn't you seek federal help, especially in a place like Oakland, if this is the blueprint? Because people on the streets are basically saying, listen, it is safer, it is cleaner already now that Trump is actually utilizing the people that already are being paid by taxpayer dollars. Why wouldn't you leverage that? Why wouldn't you utilize it? Why wouldn't you get on top of it? Why are you complaining? What are you talking about? Authoritarian rule. He was voted on by the people to come in and clean up the United States of America. He's done more in the last 8-9 months than any president before us, and they are complaining about the fact that we are making our streets safer when that is the #1 issue from the people in the community of what they wanted to be cleaned up in the first place. Man, this is crazy. And Symone, what's her name? What's the Black chick that used to have the blonde hair that got fired? Y'all know who she is. I don't even remember her. That's how memorable she is with her bad shows. The Symone version of her is now sitting here telling you that we are complaining about authoritarian rule when rooting out crime, corruption, drugs, drug dealers. We know who they are in our own community. We won't even do it ourselves. We had a 12% voter turnout rating, depending on what city you go to when it comes to local elections, and we continue to vote based off of identity politics and popularity instead of the people that's best for the community. And you got these people that are pandering, and they keep on, even when you ask them a straightforward question, they got to spin it to be something that's nasty about Trump. Real racism, and I said this in a previous conversation, real racism is allowing for our communities to continue to suffer. and then downing the property value so that people can come and developers can come and swoop it up at a song, clean it up, and then build something on it and then explode the property values when the people that actually lived there for all of these decades can't benefit from it. That's real racism. I'm just amazed that black people are still going for this nonsense. And this is why Democrats have completely lost favor with the people.
Note, I think people should take him seriously. And if he succeeds, he will have essentially overturned local elections and taken powers that have been given the leaders that frankly oppose him. And this, he's gonna not stop in the blue cities, if you will, or with the black mayors. It's a pretext for what he has long time said he wanted, which is the ability to send the military into the streets of America for what he deems to be an emergency or unrest.
So, Reverend Sharpton, we've heard obviously Symone's concerns and many others are concerned. I would certainly be concerned if this were replicated in other cities. Washington, D.C., obviously a unique situation. But let's talk about solutions. Where is there compromise between what
he can't even ask the question right because he already know that it's a bunch of BS that's about to come out of Al Sharpton's mouth, who ain't never been good for the black community.
concerns Symone and so many other people in D.C. and across the country, and what we're hearing from residents of Washington, D.C., especially black residents there, according to the poll, and working class residents of Washington, D.C. What is the solution here? Because obviously, when 9 out of 10 people say crime is a problem in Washington, D.C., you would hope that Democrats and Republicans could get together and move beyond partisan lines and figure out how to make Washington even safer. And that is not to say that Mayor Bowser's not doing all she can do with a city council who, I will just say, has been very problematic for years now.
No, I think that the solution needs to be worked out sitting down and saying these are the issues. How do we stop the crime? How do we deal with it? Because
ain't y'all tired of talking, bro? That's all we done ever seen was talk. Ain't y'all tired of talking about what the solution is going to be? Trump already has figured out what the solution is. You get tough on crime, we use more police officers, we stamp that shit out, and we get these criminals locked up for longer periods of time to make an example out of people while at the same time allowing for the people that are law-abiding citizens to be safe on the streets. That's what the solution is. We don't need no more of this nonsense. I'm tired of hearing this, bro.
Because as Symone said, and I said earlier, blacks are concerned about crime. I think it's been exaggerated in some cases, but that does not mean we're soft on crime. It's how you deal with it and who is dealing with it and why it is so selective. But I think that there must be a mid-ground because most crimes done by blacks are to other blacks. So it's not like we're unconcerned, but it doesn't mean that you take a different policy for us that you do others, and that then we have the concerns where we are afraid of the cops and the robbers.
I don't even know what the fuck is going on right now. I don't even know what he's saying. I don't know what they saying. These people are idiots. They are miserable. They have ruined the black community, and I can't wait for people to start to wake up and say, you know what? We've been sold this lie all our lives since liberals have come into power, and since Democrats have come into power, we walking away from this nonsense. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Tej Hanley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later.